Hello guys, in this video we are going to learn how to automate a desktop application using Zoo's test automation framework. So in this example, what we're going to be working on is a calculator. We're going to launch the calculator application, and then we're going to enter some value, and then we will just see how the value comes out. All right, let's go ahead and just see first how the calculator application works. So I'm just going to type calculator here, and then as you can see, once I type calculators, it's showing up, and then I can hit enter, and then I can now choose between different numbers and select addition, and then click on equal sign, and that's pretty much it. So that's the test case what we're going to be automating right now. So to start off with, I'm going to navigate you guys through how to inspect the calculator application first, and then we'll go ahead and create them. So looking at the Zoo's node folder that's going to be in your desktop, you will see that there's an apps folder. Once you click on that and you go to Windows folder, you will see there are inspectors. Now you can use any one of them, and I just like to use the older one. So I'll just open the UISpy, the application itself. This is provided by Microsoft, and this is used to inspect every object within the application. So let's look at how this works. Once you activate the mouse tracking, you have to hold on to your control button on your keyboard, and then just focus on the button you want to interact with. Let's say we want to click on 5, and now I'll just deactivate the mouse icon. And you will see that these are the property that's showing up for these 5, the button 5. So its class name is button, and automation ID is num5. So in Zeus, you can use any one of this property. Now on a desktop, there's also something you need to look at, the control pattern, meaning how do you actually control this. So a lot of time it may be a select object, it may be toggle, so you just need to look at that and provide that information as well. So let's go ahead and try to create this test case first. So testing, create calculator application. And I'll just keep everything here same. In this case, this is a Windows application, so I will select Windows in this case, and I'm just going to click on submit. So now that we have our test case created, I'll go to steps, and I'll go ahead and add my actions. So first I'll just rename the sample test case to open calculator. Okay, and then I'll save that. Oh, I need to add an action first. So in this case, I'm just going to select Windows and launch application, and the help will be there. So I'll just hit add action. All it's looking for is a name of the application that we're trying to launch. So in our case, calculator. All right. So that should launch our calculator application. I'll just refresh the page so the steps name gets updated. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a new action, perform calculation, let's say. And that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my actions. So first, I need to go to add action, apply the filter for Windows. And most of the action that involves clicking, it's invoke. Invoke is a type of action that is called. So I'm going to select invoke and add the action. So let me explain you this action a little bit more. And this is probably one of the main actions that you're going to be using to interact with almost majority of the items. So here, Windows name. You can either provide partially or full Windows name. So just have a look at in the inspector. What is the name that it appears? It appears as a calculator. So we just have to make sure that we type either partially or full name. So in this case, it's a simple one, calculator. And then I have these options: element name, type, class, and ID. These are the options I can provide. So if I look at element name, which is basically this one here, I can provide this. I can provide automation ID, or I can provide button, but that's going to be common across many. So in this case, because I have automation ID, I should select the automation ID. Most likely it's going to be always unique. Okay, so I'm just going to select the automation ID here. And the other ones, I'm not using it, so I'll just remove them. Sometimes you may have to provide more than one, so you can provide additional one. You can provide class name or this as well. And now the method in this case, it's invoke. So I'll just copy that. And that's pretty much it to actually interact with the button. Then let's say I want to perform the plus action. So I'll just go back to my inspector, activate the inspector mouse, and then plus, and deactivate that again, and automation ID in this case plus button. So in this case, since everything is identical, I'm just going to copy this action below, and I'm just going to select this item and change it to plus button. Everything else stayed the same. And then one more time, so I'll just copy one more at the bottom, and in this case I'm just going to select, since I already have all these options open, I can just select let's say 7 here, and then I'm just going to take this one, and that's going to be 7. So we're going to do 5 plus 7, and then I need to now click on the equal sign. So I'll just do this. Oh, I need to activate the mouse and then hold on to control, and then it should just take me right there. And in this case, equal is the ID for that, so equal button. So, and I can just copy this at the bottom, and I will say this one. All right, so I will just paste it here. And that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and actually run this test case now. So we'll just save this. Now I'm going to run it on a debug mode so that I can actually show you guys how the debug mode works as well. So let's go ahead and debug this test case. So once I click on debug, now what debug allows me to do is run either individual steps or actions. So I'll show you both. Right now it's showing that my test node is not available. So I just have to go online, double click on my node, and I am now online with my project and team. So it launched the calculator application. So let's go ahead and run the rest of the steps. So I'm just going to close my debug window. I'm just going to go into this and click on the step debug this time. All right, and I'm just going to select all these actions. So each action I can run individually, or I can run all of them together. In this case, I'm just going to run all of them together. So now it should go ahead and perform the actions that we've added. I clicked on the plus sign now. It should go to 7, and then it should do an equal sign. That's pretty much it, how you automate test cases using a desktop application. All right, we'll show more advanced features in the next videos.